Rage, reunions, and renaissance. That's what I'm calling this after listening to a former Democratic insider named Evan Barker. And she gave a really good just take on Jimmy Dore's show. And I want to talk about a few things, okay? Rage as ritual. Okay, this rage retreat that liberal white women attend, where they go out into the forest and just rage out at the tune of $4,000 to go into the forest and rage out. I don't know how this is sustainable in our society, but they are very unwell, very unwell. And the color for this rage sorority, of course, is pink. And no, you can't sit with them if you think for yourself. And this sorority is well funded. Okay. These women have some pocket change to come pull up, right? Didn't AOC say, we're going to pull up in the South? Yeah. That won't go over real well, gals.
Everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Politics at this point for these women is a form of therapy in a sense. It's an extension because there's a lot of therapy language, a lot of feelings that are expressed, and political activism plus personal identity mixed in with a lot of therapy speak. And it's some sort of catharsis. And Renee Good, ice bad. And Lindsay Clancy, who you've heard about unaliving her 3 children, has become a symbol in terms of this wave of feminism in which women's issues take center for the whole Democratic Party at this point. So she's become a symbol of the times. You may be familiar with this new expression to share how they are coping with postpartum depression. And this is one ritual in a sense, and it's ironic that they use ice and they're throwing ice angrily at the bathtub. And this is something that, you set up your camera and you just rage out. Very on brand for Massachusetts, as you see hundreds rally in pink for Lindsay Clancy. Now, Massachusetts has a very alarming abortion law in which abortions are allowed up to birth. So, yeah, you can see that everything is surrounding women and their private parts and what they do. My body, my choice crowd. The wine mom era. So the wine moms have microphones and podcasts, and they are the influencers of this wave of feminism. I guess I'll call it the wine wave of feminism. And I'm hearing through the grapevine, pun intended, that the wine moms have a dream ticket emerging through AOC and Kamala. Hope you put some hot sauce in your bag, swag, for those bathtub collard greens. Now, AOC, she is very stunning and brave and very relatable for the wine moms. Unfortunately, she recently broke up with her long-term boyfriend, a nice white guy, as you can see here. And she's going to make sure, though, that she doesn't wind up as a childless spinster. I really have to get used to people just injecting themselves. This has become so normalized. And for me, I don't know. It's just something I have to, it's weird. Anyway, we have AOC showing her minions how she is freezing her eggs prior to her presidential run. I don't know. Will she be the president or the vice president to Kamala? I don't know. Just let me know how the gals are going to do this. Will Dougie finally get his chance to become first gentleman of the United States? I'm not sure, but it's fascinating how these two gals like white boys, but always harp on about racisms, right? And Kamala could give AOC a lot of good advice as she has raised children herself. She is Mamala, after all. And they seem like they have good chemistry, right? I think they've hung out a little. They get along pretty much. And yeah, foreign flags, always foreign flags, huh? Oh, is this grapevine active? Enter Tasha Transrena K and the winos. What the grapevine is saying about Tasha K is that maybe she was paid for coming at the foundational Black American lineage, calling us the KKK. It was very weird, and it came out of, like I said, just nowhere. So she crashed out and gave a half ass apology, but she really did show her ass. Meanwhile, over at FBA headquarters, as they think we are the CIA, we've been called all kinds of alphabet agencies, a lineage. Can you imagine? And it takes a little bit of intellect to understand this, but we are experiencing a reuniting, and it feels so good because the grapevine also has been active in saying that the gender war that is thawing out was something that was created from outside sources. I will add foreign outside sources. It was not organic at all. And part of our greatness in the past, our ancestors, we were very united, very much. So, of course, disturbing that is warfare. What happens when the men and women stop fighting each other? Because at this time, it appears that the Democratic Party has abandoned the Black community altogether. They're not even pretending to pander anymore. The benign neglect is what it is. It's up and it's stuck. But there's also, like I said, a healing happening. And at this time, this is the final push for survival in America, as many of us are waking up from the Pan African psyop and supporting mass deportations and mass denaturalizations, because mass immigration has harmed the Black community, especially in our cities here in America. Our former favored wino enters the scene again. She's been up to a lot of shenanigans. Many believe that the Democratic Party is beginning to break its tools one by one. And we can see how Tasha K recently put out a report that alleged Rollie Poly Martin is involved in some really weird extortion situation. And Poetic Flacco was the one that originally got this wine to give to Auntie Tasha. This scandal is very cringe, very embarrassing, involving leopard print thongs and other sordid things. But you can see Rollie, he has really been a good Democrat. He said, vote like a Black woman. And he says on his other t-shirt, don't blame me. I voted for the Black woman. That would be Kamala, the Black woman that we're talking about. So, he didn't want you guys blaming him. The Black women, as he and many people have said, are the backbone, or were the backbone of the Democratic Party. So I guess, I don't know, it seems like these guys are really like politically homeless right now. I don't know what the Democratic black women are going to do at this time because I don't see them factored into the Democratic Party's agenda. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Let me know. Turning my attention towards Gary, Indiana. Gary is a city that I was born in. It is 76.2% foundational Black American city that was intentionally deindustrialized. When my parents were first married and moved from Philly to Chicago and then Gary, Indiana, my father took a job at Inland Steel and the city was thriving. They built a home and lived in a little enclave of Black Boule families. And it sounds like it was just such a nice and thriving time. Uh, to be without power for days on end, and also Gary being a Democratic run city, like so many of our cities in America, it really brings pause to me when I think about what's happening there. And a lot of people are starting to look back and compare what happened in New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. This is really exposing the failure of Black Boule leadership. Just across the lake, we have Chicago and Brandon fucking things up so much that he is creating a red wave. Brandon can be credited with creating newly minted Black Republicans and independents. Although it may seem dark and chaotic, a lot of us know that a renaissance is emerging, and especially for the foundational Black American, as restoration is happening, repentance, repair, restoration, regenerative, reuniting, all of the good words. And I want to talk more about the events as they unfold. I want to hear from you. Share your decodes, your prayers, and I want to thank you.